all right. Okay, there we go. Well, good afternoon, everybody. How you all doing? I hope everybody's doing great. My name is Mark. I'm with Crypto for Seniors. And as you can tell, yes, I am a senior. Very proud to say I am 66 years old and living here in the Midwest. Love the Midwest. We get these beautiful seasons. Get 4 wonderful seasons. I'm looking out the window right now. Everything is budding. And I'm looking forward to doing some live streams outside. We're very fortunate. We bought a for sale by owner and live out on a golf course. So I think I'm going to change that up a little bit. So we're not doing this. I'm in the process of setting up my studio. So right now, this is just kind of a temporary studio. And we'll just kind of see how this goes. So a little bit about crypto for seniors. When I got into crypto several years ago, it was actually my barber who got me interested. Shout out to Jake. Thank you very much, sir. Jake turned me on to a couple of guys, and I'm not going to name any names, okay? But these guys, it started out, the video faded in, and you've got girls sitting in a hot tub, and then you cut to a house. And what's funny is when you look in the house, there was no furniture, right? So I used to be an investigator for 25 years, so I noticed things like that. I'll tell you more about my background later. So then it cut to Lambos and all sorts of really fancy cars. And then it cut to a jet. And yeah, I'm sure that's impressive to somebody. But to somebody my age, like a senior, I'm just not that impressed. Just not impressed at all. So I have been looking for some information from content creators, specifically that are more geared to seniors, more geared to those people just starting out. And that is what I have looked for quite a long time. Unfortunately, I did not find that. And so a couple of years ago, I started Crypto for Seniors. And then life happened and I wasn't able to continue. But I did just retire approximately a month or so ago and decided I was going to take over Crypto for Seniors again and get it up and get it going because I really believe in the project. I feel that this is an area that YouTube is lacking when it comes to seniors understanding. And now, I'm not talking about seniors getting into crypto and, say, going wild and investing and putting it into the IRA and all the other things. Yes, that is all a big part of it. What I'd like to see is seniors being educated to a point that they understand about crypto, that they can talk to their family about crypto, talk to their friends about crypto. They see it every night on the news, and a majority of them do watch the news. Not so much on the social media aspect of it, but I just found that there was a real niche or a real void. And, we're going to see as we get on this journey just how much interest there really is. I can tell you that the channel, when it started, if you want to take a look down here, when the channel started, about 4 weeks ago, I had about 30 subscribers. And so in about 3.5, 4 weeks, we're up to 2,380 something subscribers. And that is with 22 videos. Now, I've dropped quite a few. I think it was 18 videos when I originally had started that. So that kind of gives you an idea. And our goal is just to educate seniors and those folks that are new to crypto so that they can understand it. And if this is something that they want to get into, then a lot of my videos are very cut and dried, very easy to understand. And that's really my focus. And it is truly, truly, truly a passion. I'm going to go ahead and do a little self-promotion. So if you will bear with me, this is just a short. It's about 54 seconds. So just take a listen.
We're taking a fresh approach, infusing innovation and honing in on empowering the golden generation. Curious about the potential of cryptocurrency for secure retirement? You're in the right place. We're here to demystify the digital currency world, breaking it down into easily digestible pieces. This isn't about getting rich quick, it's about long-term stability, turning uncertainty into opportunity. You may be questioning if you are too late to get into crypto. Should I build rigs or simply invest into the token directly? What's the deal with XRP? We'll answer all these questions and more. From understanding crypto in simple, easy-to-understand videos to wallet wisdom, we'll guide you every step of the way. Crypto for Seniors, where technology meets wisdom and curiosity evolves into knowledge. Please join us on this journey. Please like this video and consider subscribing.
Okay, so that just kind of gives you a little bit of information about the channel. We would love for you all, if you are not subscribed, you can go ahead and click. You should be able to click on this video here that you are currently watching and go ahead and subscribe. Leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. Got some really good information coming. I do want to take a moment or two and just give some shout outs here real quick. CW, thank you very much, CW, for subscribing. A fan of you subscribed, yesterday it looks like. Sorry that I missed that, and thank you very much for being here. Condiz, all right, thank you. Storm, 1123, awesome, Storm, thank you very much. Gosh, I am so sorry. I do not speak Chinese or Japanese. I am not sure who that is. I apologize. I really do. I wish I could give you the shout out here. I do appreciate you being here very much so. Ali Agar, welcome. Meow, welcome. Are you Ellen from St. Louis? Meow. Maybe. Ellen, or if you are Ellen, leave a note in the chat. I'd love to visit with you a little bit. Janet, yes, Janet, thank you very much. All right, those appear to be all of the recent subscribers. That is absolutely awesome. Appreciate you very much. So one of the things about joining the channel is the ability to stop by our Discord. And Discord is more of a kind of like a chat. If you're experienced, then of course you know what Discord is. A lot of gamers use Discord, but a lot of content creators use Discord as well. So we are just in the process of getting this set up. It is actually not live. I'm trying to develop some content here. One of the things I do is I do invest into the tokens on their own, and then I do some mining. And we have just recently done a major upgrade, a couple thousand in electrical, brought in some 220 lines. You can start to see it in one of the photos. I'll run through these photos here real quick. That's down in the basement. We're going to put a bunch of server cases over off of that side. And then I believe my ASICs will be hosted with Mr. Hawk Crypto, Hawk with Terra hosting. Great individual, got some really good content. By the way, Hawk, congratulations, good sir. Hawk hit, I believe it was 10,000 subscribers. And trust me, sir, I get that. So congratulations to you. All right, let's take a look. Again, I have got these mining rigs literally all over my house. I'm in the process of trying to get all of them organized. So for those of you that are not really into crypto, at least at this point, my 220 comes in here. And then these are meter boxes. They show me exactly how much power that I am drawing on these. You want to be sure that you're within your limits. Within these individual cases here, you will find a bunch of GPUs. I believe I've got a picture of that. I think I've got like 7 of these, if I'm not mistaken. I've got an open air rig right here. This is my, what is this? 580s, I think it is. So 580s was something I got in back in the days of Ethereum. Just another rig that I have. I don't know, that's cool at night to see all the different colors. Let's see, that one I believe was or is 66 and 6700 XTs. Out in the garage, I've got it in a couple of locations. There's the other one. And really like these little monitors up top. I think they do a great job. There you go. So one of the problems, majority of my cards or my GPUs, you'll see, are 3080s, and they've got the metal back plate on the back. And normally you can load somewhere around 8 in this particular case with the 2000 watt power supply. I had loaded all 8 in here, and my rigs were always on fire. On fire meaning here is one of my rigs. And when I say that they were on fire, we're talking about the temps. So I've got some temps right here that are well within range. But what I've done is I've gone back and cut the power back. It should be around 250. But right now I've got them running at 225. Now I do drop a little bit on my ability for my hash power, but I'm very happy with 2.3 gig of hash in that area. Very stable when I leave them at these settings. Currently, oh gosh, this particular one has 11 and 3/4 gig of hash. So what I have done here is they were overheating, and the power supply is right here. So yeah, you can see that. So I had to remove that card right there and put it into a different rig. And then I started having problems right here in the very middle. And we've got really powerful fans along back and front that suck the air through and push it back here. And this doesn't look anything like this right now because I'm in the middle of construction. So I've moved a lot of those out of the way. But I'm in the process of making a warm aisle and a cold aisle. So the cold aisle will have the cooler air. The warm aisle will basically be in the back and be vented out to one of the basement windows. And that's that seems to work, I think, very, very well. I'll let you know. Oh, a couple of baby Doge, a couple of Caspa Ice River miners right here. So you can see I've got one Doge that is down. This Caspa miner, it went down, 45 days after I bought it. So I'm trying to reach out to Ice River to see if I can get a hash board. If they just send me a hash board, I'll switch it out so I don't have to send the unit back. But it does happen. It does happen. Very rare, but it does happen. Okay. So that kind of gives you up. I had one more, I guess. That's probably not in the picture. So Discord. So feel free to stop by Discord anytime and share some information that you got, whether you're mining. Put some rig pics in there so that we can kind of see. We'll go through, maybe once a month or so, and go through and take a look at your rigs and just kind of talk about it. So one of the things you're going to find out about me is I'm very, very transparent. I am not going to shill a crypto coin. I am not going to give you investment advice. I am just strictly going to document my journey along the way. Yes, my puppy just came up. I got to say hi to her, Miss Mara. You want to say hi to everybody? Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I'll put her on. I'll put her on camera sometime. Hush. So one of the things I did is my particular situation, and you're going to see in some of the videos, is there's almost 50% of the children are living with their parents. And that is my case. I had both of my adult daughters move back with me. I had a daughter that was in a bad situation that had a son, and she moved in for kind of the safety and security aspect of it. So I've had the great pleasure of having full access to my grandson, which is just amazing. Very, very family focused. And one of the things I wanted to do was to give him an education, because in school, we don't really teach how to save money. Why do you want to save money? What compound interest is? If he invests now, what is it going to look like when it's time for college? Compound interest is going to really be your friend. So what I wanted to do was I bought a new miner. This is a Bitcoin miner that has just recently come out. Let's see. I believe this is the one that I got. So I knew my grandson would like the blue, and I actually thought he would like hush, go in the kitchen. I thought he would like the yellow, but to my surprise, no, it looks like I'm getting the yellow and he's getting the blue. So this is a Bitcoin miner, and it doesn't do a tremendous amount of hashing, but it is a great entry level. So if you're brand new to crypto and you want to get into mining, you can get into, let's say, the KSO Pros, or you can get into one of these Nano 3s. You can use a regular outlet. Now, this particular one, you don't need to connect to it using any kind of cabling. You have your power that comes in through the back, and then it connects to your Wi-Fi. Okay, so it's real easy to set up. I'm going to have a video when it comes in. I'm going to do an unboxing. But I'm kind of excited. I'm not going to make a lot of money. As you know, Bitcoin has got a halving coming up. And the halving just basically means that the rewards that the miners get is going to be cut in half. Now, that is okay with me because the price of Bitcoin has jumped dramatically, and we do expect it to go up over time. Crazy numbers about Bitcoin being $1 million, Bitcoin being 150,000. I think that's very, very believable. Very believable. We'll take a look and see where Bitcoin is today, but it was right around 70,000. I think it had a small correction today, but we will take a look at that. So if you are interested in getting into, pink, okay. I think my wife would love that one. She loves all things pink. So this just kind of gives you a quick snapshot. Got a little monitor here where you're able to see what your hash power is. You can switch your modes. Your power button is going to be right there. And then it's got fans back here. It's going to exhaust. Now, a lot of people are using these as heaters because they do put off some heat. Not horrible, but they do put off some heat. So in the wintertime, you may want to have one in the kitchen or one in the bedroom. It is relatively quiet. You can take a look here at what they are claiming. Power consumption, 140 watts. Now, we'll tell you the early versions of this came with a 100-watt power supply. They did upgrade that because they were having some problems on the higher hash power, so you can set that for the higher if you want. And it does specifically use 140 watts on the higher. So they have made the correction, and they are now shipping all new units with the 140-watt power supply. Okay, 4 terahash is all it's putting out. You get into some of the larger ASICs, and you're talking about 115, 120, 130 terahash, just to kind of give you an idea. The really small units like this one are in the 3 to 5 range typically. So that kind of gives you a rough idea. I am here in the US, so somebody would have to convert this for me. But the air outlet, let's just ask Alexa. Alexa, what is 60 degrees centigrade? Celsius. Sorry, folks. I was up until 4 o'clock, and my wife got up for work at 5:30, so I've had an hour and a half sleep. I'm looking a little tired, but I wanted to get this out today. All right, so not too terribly bad. So this will show you these are the 3 models or settings that you can do: 65 watt, 100 watt, 140 watt. Now you can plug this into any standard AC outlet. I'm only going to talk about the US because that's where I'm located. All right. That's really all I can speak with any information or authority. So your standard wall outlets can hold about 1,800 watts, somewhere in that area. Now that is all of the wattage that's on that individual circuit. So if you have lights and a hair dryer and a TV and a cable box and all these other add-ons, then obviously that's going to go down. As you get into mining, and if you get into mining, you will know that you don't ever want to go past about 80%. Okay, you just don't really want to hit that. So there's all kinds of meters that you can put on to kind of see where you are on that picture. That is exactly, let's see here, let's go back. That is exactly what I'm doing right here. So I'm in the process of building all that up, and I will keep that just under the 80% rule. Okay. But for these units, you won't have any problem whatsoever. And like I said, one of the things that I really enjoy is spreading the knowledge, okay? And I am very new into YouTube, so I do appreciate you hanging out there with me. Sorry about that. Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. So a quick question on about Discord. When I am here and doing content creation and I'm available, I will be in the Discord channel. It is free access to me. I am more than happy to help you out with any of your questions. The thing with me is that if I don't know something, I'm going to tell you just straight out. I do not know. But I will look, I will find it, and I will post it. Because sure enough, if you're asking a question, there are others that could benefit from that knowledge. So I will post that information on Discord. But please feel free, morning, noon, or night. And like I said, I was up till 4. If you're a late night person, feel free to hop into Discord, and I am very happy to go over some information with you and help you through the process of understanding crypto, potentially buying crypto, how to do that on an exchange, how to secure your crypto on a cold storage wallet, what that is. I've got all great videos on my channel that will tell you about that. All right. And what are we, about 26 minutes, 27 minutes into the stream? So I do want to get to some information. There is some really good information, and I will give you the sources. Oh my gosh, this just drastically changed. So as I was getting set up, most of this was red. Red is where the individual tokens are going down, and you can see who your chart leaders are right now. This is Safe Moon. Wow. Yeah. Okay. A little bit of a pump. Yeah. So listen, none of this, be sure that you understand this. None of this is financial advice. Please do your own research. Never, ever invest 1 penny until you've done your research. You've checked out their white paper, and every token should have one. Drop down at the bottom and take a look at who the management team, who the devs are. I tend to only trust those that publish that information. And I'm very leery when I come across tokens that don't have any of that information. I have seen a lot of rug pulls. I have never been caught on a rug pull, but I do know that it is out there. So Safe Moon, doing pretty good, up 27%, and that is within the hour. Here's one that I got into. This is the only AI that I currently own and was mining on, I believe it was Unminable, and that is Core AI. Now, there is a core, so be careful. You may want to check this out. Really good information on this. Let's see, where are they for the month? So they're actually down for the month. Good market cap. And they have dropped drastically. So yeah, they were up quite a bit. Still believe in it, still going to hold it. And I will talk about why I'm holding it. But I'm also holding about 10 tokens right now. And the reason for that is that 2 or 3 of them I expect will probably go somewhere around 8, 10, 20 times. And those are going to be the ones that I'm going to make the most amount of money on. Some of these others, like Chlor, even if I 2 or 3 times my money during the next bull run, I should be sitting really well. I plan on moving that stuff into stable coins and then buying some more equipment and upgrading the studio, and going to not really take too much in the way of profits. Fortunately, I'm at a point right now, being retired, that I can kind of afford it to pay my power bills. But this will just kind of give you an idea. This is over at cryptobubbles.net. absolutely stop by and check them out. All right, CoinMarketCap. So I'd like to take a look here. This just kind of shows me where people are. This is the Fear and Greed Index, and we are at coinmarketcap.com. Love this site. Absolutely love this site. If you're in crypto, you absolutely have to be here. This just basically ranks all of the top tokens, and they kind of give you a quick overview of how they're doing. And then, of course, you can drill in. But well worth taking the time here. Fear and Greed Index. When the value is closer to zero, the market is in extreme fear, and investors have oversold irrationally. When the market is closer to 100, or the value is closer to 100, the market is in extreme greed, indicating, wow, talking is hard, a likely market correction. So we are right here, just about in the middle. It's been somewhere around in the mid to high 70s. So a good time to study, to research, and look for one or two or three tokens that you maybe want to invest in. You do not need to, dump thousands of dollars into it. You can get in on crypto. You can do buying. Hush. So I do have some ideas about that. I've got some great videos that I'd like to share with you. Stop by my YouTube channel and watch. I have my 7 top picks on the channel that is live right now. So stop by and check that out. Do want to get to a couple of videos here. And this one is BlackRock. BlackRock, I'm sure you're familiar with them. Larry Fink. I really like Larry Fink. Some people feel that he's very controversial. He is family oriented. If you listen to the way that he talks, the guy is very down to earth. Okay, so that the average individual can understand him. He doesn't talk at that super high level, and I've just been very, very impressed with him. This is an interview that he had on CNBC with Mad Money's Kramer. Give it a listen. It's only a couple of minutes.
People, younger people, they don't know how to invest. No. They are scared to invest. They are intimidated. Yes. They don't feel they have a penny to live on. And worst of all, they do have no hope. And they tell you when you confront them that that's the realistic position, no hope. Because our generation had reason to be hopeful, and they don't.
Well, I don't think also the younger generation knows where and who to listen to. Let's, more of them are listening to some form of social media. They're not reading anything long form anymore. We were blessed that we had actually long form media where we really learned about issues and more fundamental issues. But even back 30, 40 years ago, we didn't talk about retirement. We never talked about things like retirement before, but now we must. We have no choice.
They feel that they can't afford to retire. They will work. This is this young generation. They will work till they die because they have no money. They have huge costs.
Okay, did you just hear that? That is a sentiment on so many business-related channels that young people today are going to work until they die. And that is extremely sad. That's also one of the reasons why I wanted to get in and start a channel, so stick with me. I am learning this whole streaming thing again. This is my first live stream. Stick with me on this channel. I want to focus on educating people and bringing this down to your children. And I don't care if they're adult children, or if there are minors, go ahead and explain this to them. I had a father that basically, we bought one share of stock on 5 or 6 different stocks. And every day we would sit down and go over what the price is. We would look at how much money I was making. And that's all well and good until 50 years later, I want to get rid of each one of those stocks. And yes, they're worth some money, but you're paying $25, $30 to sell each one share. And that's if you can find somebody. But I did have a great understanding, and I was taught at a young age. And that's kind of what I want to do right now, is if you did not have this education back when you were growing up, that's kind of what the focus of the channel is going to be. So I've got some really good information that is going to be coming to you over the next month or two. A lot of my videos are already done, so I know what is in production. But this is going to be the focus. Our kids, they don't have any hope. And how do we help them? So let's take a listen.
College tuition,
yes.
And no one tells them how to put money away, and they would tell you what money. Inflation has destroyed me. I'm 23 and inflation has already had the best of me.
Well, when you and I were young, we actually had worse inflation than the young people did too, and we were able to find it out.
Nixon inflation.
We had much larger inflation. So look, we're going to get by this, but we need to be thoughtful about how do we build that process. And look, I am bullish on these young people. They are smarter than we were at our age. They have more global understanding of the world. They're going to be put to work and finding wonderful opportunities if they put their mind to it, if they have the energy behind that.
But how do we do it? See, it is up to you and I. I mean, actually, it really may be up to you and I. I mean, they feel disconnected. They don't want to put themselves in our shoes because they think our shoes are too big and it's ridiculous. They have no bootstraps. They lost their trust in the country.
I think the lack of trust in our country is one of the huge issues of today because they don't know where and who to listen to. And I really do believe we as leaders, you in your role, my in role, we have a larger responsibility of speaking the truth with facts, with consistency.
Yeah, so a lot of young people, they do get their information from social media, and they do get it from YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. And it is full of a lot of false information. AI has recently come out, and there is on a lot of platforms, even here on YouTube, a lot of AI created information, and it is not clear, and it is not honest, and they are what I call shills, trying to get you to buy or invest your money into a token, and then like Sam Bankman-Fried, FTX, boom, it's gone, and you've lost all your money. So that's one thing that I am going to try to do to be sure that we do discuss very clearly some areas that if you're interested in investing into crypto, we'll kind of give you a plan to follow through. All right, one more, BlackRock. This is Fink warns about looming retirement crisis.
It's a bit of a different, I think, letter from what you've done before. Personal. Starts with your
Can you hear
parents,
that?
Right. And they're saving for retirement, and includes your grandkids as well.
Yes.
Put it in the
retirement
chat
crisis.
if you
Give
can't
us your
hear that.
diagnosis of that problem.
It looks
right
like
now.
the numbers
Well,
are
it's something
good.
I've been writing about for years, but I emphasize it in this letter. And, all my letters have been based on some long-term issues. And let me be really truthful about my letters. My letters are a reflection of my conversations with clients. So it is, and so over the past year, I heard more and more conversation about retirement, the retirement crisis, from many parts of the world, from middle-class developing countries to developed countries. The acute problem here in the United States is that we have still 57 million Americans who don't have any savings or any retirement plan. Social Security is a fantastic foundation for retirement, but if that's all you have when you retire, you're going to be living in poverty, below the poverty line, because it just is not, it's supplemental, but it's not meant to be the totality of what you have in a retirement. And the whole concept of we're aging, we're all living longer. And I think one of the big narratives I've had to reflect in 2023 was the miracles of medicine. When we talk about the drugs like Ozempic and all the different weight loss drugs, how that is extending life. It's conquering kidney disease and liver disease and heart disease and joint disease. And then there are new medicines now for dementia that extends life. So if you think about the miracles of technology and how it transforms our lives and extends our life, there is not a dialogue in America or most places about can we afford that longevity. And our entire retirement system was based on statistics that were created 50 years ago, whereby most Americans retired between 60 and 62 then, but most Americans then passed away at 67. And today, statistically, a couple 60 years old in good health, one of them is going to live over 90.
Okay, so let me tell you, I did just retire. Okay. I was working part-time because I was too young to retire, and I wanted to work in a position that was kind of like a low stress and something that used kind of my background in corporate security and investigations. We had two women that worked for us. Both of them were 90 years old, 90. And it's not because they wanted something to do. It was because they were literally living off the paychecks. And things like that scare me. Again, this is why I started the channel. But we are living longer. And with all of the brand new drugs that are out, people are feeling better. Especially with all these weight loss drugs, all the people that are obese, me included, are on this medication. I personally am down about 55 pounds, so you're going to see a little saggy skin. It has made such a difference in my life that it has put years and years back on. So hopefully I am one of those that make it to 90. We'll see. But he's not wrong. He is not wrong.
And so the other question is, should we reevaluate how we work and how long we work? Because we all need purpose in life. And in most people find purpose, obviously, maybe with their grandchildren, their children, their community. Many people find purpose in their jobs. Mm-hmm. And the thought of retiring at 60 with 30 more years or a 30-year life in front of you, we need to have a dialogue. We need to have a conversation. And, I'm an optimist. I am very optimistic about the long-term vitality of our markets. I'm bullish on capitalism. Right. The reason why I'm bullish is that when I read the newspapers every morning and listen to Bloomberg and other news organizations,
I do agree with you. Very, very plain spoken.
Scary things. We talk about the problems. Yeah. We talk about all the problems in life. Yeah. But we solve problems through conversation. Right. And the one area where we have no conversation is the affordability of retirement. And
oh my gosh. Yes. I forgot that was in there. That is amazing. Yes, the affordability of retirement. Being able to get in and retire and live 20 years, 15 years in good health with no stress, paying your bills, not living paycheck to paycheck, traveling, having a quality life. And we, like I said earlier, we've missed the boat nowadays. But this is the time right here, right now, if you have small children, to bring them up understanding about money, understanding about savings, understanding about investments. And I will tell you that came up from a normal middle class, whatever that means, middle class family. One of the things that I did, I bought my very first house when I was 19 years old. Did not get very much money from my folks. I think they gave me a couple grand. So, camera's flashing at me. I wonder if it's overheating. Hopefully not. So I did get, I have not seen that yet. Bought my first house when I was 19 years old, and I am now in my third home, which is a ranch. We bought a ranch because I was planning for the future. As I get older, you know, I wanted that one level where I had the bedrooms all on one level, and found a for sale by owner on a golf course. We have spent 40 years working on it, finally got it to where we really enjoy it. And it's been hard. You know, it's been hard. It's hard to raise children. But what he just said is so amazing, the affordability of retirement. And it may be too late for those of us that are in our 30s and 40s, because there is quite a catch up. But if you have small children, please start talking to them about money. I've already started right now on my 8-year-old grandson. Bought little plastic coins, and we talked about the value of it, because he would say, you know, he'd say, I want to go to the Ozarks. You know, I want to go somewhere on vacation. Well, you know, Gavin, that's expensive. Was it $100 billion? Well, see, he doesn't know what that means. But today he does. Today he understands what a penny, nickel, dime, half dollar, dollar is. And he knows how hard he has to work to get some kind of money from us. I give him projects often. His mother has him do some projects, and he does, you know, learn how much work it is to get paid. And I think that's setting him up for success as he gets older. So we still do, you know, the I love you gifts, where we just give it, you know, there doesn't have to be a reason. It's not a birthday or a holiday. So we do still do that, but nowadays it's more about teaching him so that his little retirement, his little college plan, that he doesn't go out and waste it. And if he chooses college, hopefully he does. This day and age, it's a little different than what it was back when I was going to school. Now you can get into trade schools and make $80,000 to $100,000 a year. So, great article I just read that said a family of 4 needs to make somewhere about $230,000 to be comfortable. Let that sink in. $230,000 to be comfortable. Really? I'll have to find that article and share that with you. All right, that video was just in the process of winding up. So one more. So Warren Buffett and his sidekick Charlie, who just recently passed away. I understand Warren Buffett. I get Warren Buffett. And maybe that is because I learned the process of investments at a really young age. Warren Buffett and his buddy Charlie do not believe in any kind of cryptocurrency. None whatsoever. So I'm still getting little changes in my light on my camera. Not exactly sure what's going on. So it appears that you are still connected. And we'll get into this video in just a second. Warren Buffett likes the blue chips, and here's why. Berkshire Hathaway, Nebraska Furniture Mart. Let's take Nebraska Furniture Mart. He is from Nebraska. He invested into a company called Nebraska Furniture Mart. This is probably, if you've never been to a Nebraska Furniture Mart, and there are several in the Midwest. There's one in my city, not too far away. It is about 3 or 4 times the size of a football field. It is massive, right? And they have got the building that they owned, the land that they own, all of the equipment to process orders. They own all the inventory. So I'm sure a lot of it's on credit, but, fire sale, yes, they could turn around and sell that. The forklifts, the trucks. He likes hard assets that you can convert for money. To him, that's a good investment, not this pipe dream of what a Bitcoin is. And I get it. I believe it's a little nearsighted, but you know what? If that works for him, great. So this is, there's a full, we're not going to watch 2 hours worth, but there is a full video on CNBC. And I've got this queued up specifically about one little topic I'd like to cover. And let me know in the comments down below if you can hear this. Everybody's commenting you can.
You made a point in the letter of saying that you don't know how long these interest rates will last. You and Charlie never try and figure these things out. But we did have St. Louis Fed President Jim Bullard on the program last week, and he said that he expects to see these low interest rates for a long time to come. That does raise a lot of questions, if that happens, about what this means for the stock market, what that means for banks, what that means for insurance companies, which you touched on in the letter, too.
It's bad for insurance companies, but it's good for stocks.
Bad for insurance companies, and what happens to the insurance companies as a result? Are they getting more?
Well, it depends.
Are some insurance companies kind of pushing out risk?
The ones that really get hurt on it are either life or annuity companies that have promised returns. The property casualty business doesn't promise returns. It still holds money, so it hurts them. But if you promise somebody an annuity that's going to pay them 3 or 4%, and now you find that you're reinvesting your money at 1% or something, you're going to disappear.
Are insurance companies being forced to make riskier and riskier bets?
Yeah, that's very true. But I got to tell you, my annuity is doing great. I'm not the least bit worried about it. Not financial advice.
Bets.
Well, they shouldn't be. I mean, the answer, if you need to get 3% and you're only getting 1%, the answer is to quit giving 3%. It's not to try and get the 1 up to 3 and do more dangerous things. You should always adapt your consumption to your income. You shouldn't try and adjust your income to your consumption. That's a basic principle for individuals, businesses, and everything else. And reaching for yield is really stupid, but it's very human. I mean, and I understand it.
It is.
And people say, well, I saved all this money all my life, and now I can only get 1% out. What do I do? The answer is you learn to live on 1%, unfortunately. And you don't go and listen to some salesman come up.
Yeah, the way inflation is, there's no way you could live on 1%. That was one of the things that really kind of shocked me when he said that. And it doesn't look like the Fed is going to lower inflation or lower the interest rates. So I think we're going to have it around for a little while longer.
Along and tell you I've got some magic way to get you 5%.
Do you think, though, that's what should be happening? Do you think that there is more risk taking place in the insurance market as a
and you
result?
see that in what they call leveraged loans and weaker covenants. And no, people are reaching for yield. There's no question about that, and that's stupid, and it has consequences over time. But it's very human.
Consequences that could have a big market impact.
Depends how far it goes. Yeah. It's something that the things that get built in slowly, people going crazy in tech companies in the late 1990s, it can take a lot longer than you think. Mm-hmm. But eventually you get to midnight and everything turns to pumpkins and mice.
That's the downside of low interest rates, pensions, savers, anybody who gets left in a raw position of that. On the alternate side of things, if rates were to rise rapidly, or maybe not even so rapidly, what does that mean for the federal debt?
Well, it depends on the average maturity of the debt, but our maturities are fairly short. They've gotten lengthened a little. But if you take 20 trillion and you're borrowing at 2%, you've got 400. What have you got?
Yeah, sorry about that. If you just saw that, we had a troll that was dogging some people with comments. So he has been banned. I believe this may be a second name that he has put in and tried to come back into the live stream. Okay. We're going to wind this up because he does stop at a really good point here in just a moment.
2 trillion to 200 billion. You got 40 billion of the expense, but if it goes to 5%, you got 100 billion of expense. I mean, at 5%, you got a trillion of expense. I'm sorry. It's we are benefiting enormously in our national budget by the fact that interest rates are very low, and so interest cost has not gone up as you would have anticipated if you were looking at the scene 20 or 30 years ago with the increase in national debt. Austria issued 100-year bonds, at 2% or thereabouts, and then they've gone way, way up. And I think maybe they yield 1.1 or something like that. I don't know where they are now. But it's great if you're a borrower to have cheap money. I mean, everybody should refinance their mortgage.
Is that an argument for the Federal Reserve, or I'm sorry, for the Treasury Department here, issuing longer notes?
Well, yeah, but I would have said the same thing.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and stop it there. Yep. So reaching for yields is stupid, and yeah, I agree. Also getting into crypto and watching Bitcoin go up to 75, 80, and holding on to it. I can't tell you how many tokens that I've been into that I've also watched it go back down, and I'm like, damn, why didn't I go ahead and take my profits, at that time? I don't believe now is really a time that I would personally take any kind of profits unless you needed to pay bills, or you wanted to take some profits to maybe buy a miner, or some more tokens, kind of move things around a little bit. I'm more into the hold and let's see what happens to the end of 2024 and 2025. Again, not financial advice. Like a lot of us say that are content creators, hey, we're just a guy on the internet, okay? So take it with a grain of salt. Be safe in your investments. Only invest in what you can truly afford. Okay, we're going to stop right there. We're going to wind up. Looks like we are just about an hour. Again, I would like to ask you, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please do so. You can see we've got 22 videos that are currently out, some really great topics, and I would love for you to take a look at them. I've got one here that is very powerful, if you are into crypto, stop by and check out Protecting Your Crypto Legacy, the talk you don't want to have, but you need to have today. Great video. Well worth it. If something happens to you, your family's not going to know where your crypto is. They're not going to know what your logons are. Not going to know what your passwords are. If you are into cold storage, and this is something that we will talk about. Let's see here if I can get that on camera. Can you see that? Yep. Okay. Camera's automatically moving. So that's a tangent. So I use my cell phone and I scan this card. And I have 3 of these. I have one at my desk for right now. I have one locked up in a safe. Then I have one that is off property. And that is how I keep my crypto safe. It is considered cold storage, which means it is not online. Anything that I am in that is potentially sketchy. There are a few tokens that I have invested into. I do keep on my little iPad here. As you can see, it is not connected. It is powered off. So I don't keep the wallets on my desktop because, like I said, I come from the corporate security background. So I've got multiple softwares running at any one given time. So I should be okay. But I just like the safety and security of putting it on another device so that the only time that I connect this tablet is if I want to move my crypto around. Maybe I want to sell something. Maybe I want to, like I was in XRP. I'm a little concerned about what I heard about XRP. I did go ahead and move it into Cardano and bought some more Bitcoin when it was down. So I didn't make that play, not financial advice. But I will give you tips and techniques on using items like this or another computer or laptop that is not normally connected to the internet to basically keep you safe. And that is my goal, is to be that of a teacher and educator and kind of give you these little tips and techniques. All right. What else? There you go. Here's my video right here. Watch and get my 7 top crypto picks for the next bull run. Something that I think is a great video. Got a lot of subscribers from it. I've had 517 views, and I think I got close to 40 subscribers off of just that one video. So absolutely check that out. Let's take a look back at the market real quick. This has updated. And just see some of the tokens here, see what is popping. Okay, they are, wow. Interesting. I don't know a lot about them. I have been kind of watching this one. Some of the coins like dog with hat, cat with bat. See, I don't get involved in those personally. If you got into them at a early stage when they first came out, you have made some money. Hopefully you are already out by now. And where are we on the month? Okay. So we're still kind of in the red. We got some corrections going on, but that is okay. Where are we on the year? Wow. This is one I totally missed. Okay, kind of a nice pullback. Not anything that I am familiar with. All right, so crypto bubbles, cryptobubbles.net. Okay. Hey, look, if you are, now I got the blue light of death. Are we still live? Yep, we are. Okay, I think I've got some camera overheating issues. If you're looking for some additional research, I want to give you a quick shout out to some content creators. These are the folks that I started to follow back several years ago when I got in. And through these folks, I have started to invest. I still do follow them. My man, Mr. Chump Change, he puts out a daily grind. So every day he talks about, some new things that are going on in the crypto world. So Chump Change, XD. You got Mr. Red Panda Mining. Got some great information, very step-by-step on how to build a mining rig. You got Max Voltage. Max is a very, very bright individual, very soft-spoken, a little bit older. I'm probably the old man of the group, but Max has got some great information. Check out the Mining King. He's got some really, really good. Check out Hawk Crypto, especially if you are running your ASICs at home. Maybe you want to reach out to Hawk and Terra Hosting. So shout out to Hawk and Terra Hosting. Geek of all trades, and gosh, there are so many other content creators that are out there. Have a lot of really good information. There's a new one that I'm starting to follow named Randy. She's got some really good information. I think it was Crypto Teen. She started like when she was 18 or 17 years old, and she's around 20-ish right now. So we'll go into some of those sites in the future. All right. What else do I have for you? I think that is just about it. So look, I'm going to go ahead and get this wound down a little bit. I want to thank you very much for joining me today. Sorry about that troll that we had in there. I don't know if I'm going to keep chat open or not. Just leave it off. I don't like to do that. But as I continue, some of these content creators are coming in as my mods, and they're helping me out as I help them out. So I can focus on talking with you, and I don't have to get distracted with one or two comments or somebody posting porn site or something like that. We do try to get around those things. We try to get them locked down as quickly as possible. If you've got any questions, feel free to stop by the Discord. Join us over here. And would love to share some information with you. And no, I don't want to get involved with that. It looks like my buddy Max is there. Okay, well, that's it. Thank you very much for stopping by the first live stream. We are going to, now that I see that the equipment is working the way that I wanted it to, and I think I've got my settings set right. Hopefully you were able to hear me through all of it. I will check out the camera. Looks like I may be having to buy a new camera. We will do these live streams maybe once a week or so. Probably going to be something like a lunch and learn with Mark. I was going to do Mondays with Mark, but my buddy, Mr. Max Voltage, he does a Monday with Max. So I want you to be available to check out his content. So I will, as time allows, let you know what day that I'm going to pick. I usually do drop new videos on Wednesdays and Sundays. Those are the two guaranteed days that I'm dropping, unless there's something that I do that is very current, like the Bitcoin halving that's coming up. I'll probably drop a video kind of in the middle. All right, well, listen, take care of yourself, take care of each other, and thank you very much for stopping by. Again, please smash the like and subscribe, and we look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks.